5 men tried to kill the Italian mafia boss until a black waitress took down all 5 attackers like it was nothing. The first man went down before Zara Mitchell even registered what she was doing. Muscle memory taking over, her palm strike connecting with his nose in a blow that sent bone fragments into his sinus cavity. The second man raised his suppressed pistol and she disarmed him with a move she'd sworn she'd never use again, breaking his trigger finger with clinical precision before redirecting the weapon into his kneecap. 3 more attackers spread across Bella Notte's dining room, and Zara's body moved like liquid violence, flowing through combinations her hands remembered even though her mind had tried to forget. A wine bottle became a bludgeon. A serving tray became a shield. Her knee became a weapon that shattered ribs. 20 seconds. That's all it took. 5 Calabrian hitmen unconscious or groaning on the polished marble floor of the upscale restaurant, and Zara standing over them, breathing hard, still holding a broken wine bottle, blood splattered across her crisp white shirt and black vest. Adrian Romano stared up at her from where she'd shielded him with her own body. His tailored Armani suit stained with blood. His attackers, not his own, and something flickered in his dark eyes. Recognition. Not of her face, but of what she was. A weapon disguised as a waitress. "You're no server," he said, his Italian accent thick with shock and something else. "Respect, maybe. Or calculation. Who sent you?" But Zara was already moving, already running, because she'd just destroyed 3 years of perfect invisibility in 20 seconds of instinct she couldn't take back. If you are still listening and feel this story touching something inside you, take a moment to subscribe to our channel, to like and share this video so we can continue bringing heartfelt stories every day. And if it isn't too much to ask, would you tell me where you're watching from? Leave a comment below and let us know which corner of the world this story has reached. We treasure every word you share with us. For 3 years, Zara Mitchell had been invisible. Just another server at Bella Notte, pouring Barolo for mobsters and smiling through their wandering eyes. She knew every exit, every security camera blind spot, every route through Little Italy's twisted streets. The life she'd built was paper thin, but it was hers. Better than Prague. Better than the 18 months after, when Marcus Vance owned her like a weapon he kept in a drawer. The CIA didn't advertise their off-books assassins. Zara Washington had been their best. Surgical, efficient, ghost quiet. Until her entire team was executed during an extraction gone wrong, and Vance gave her a choice. Work for him eliminating problems the government couldn't officially touch, or watch her team's families die too. 18 months of blood on her hands before she finally escaped with enough evidence to bury him. Now she was Zara Mitchell, waitress, nobody, survivor. Friday night. Dinner rush. She worked the private section where Adrian Romano sat with his Uncle Carmine and 2 bodyguards, conducting business over osso buco and expensive wine. She'd served him a dozen times, knew his order, kept her head down. Then the kitchen doors burst open. 5 men. Suppressed weapons. Professional formation. Time crystallized. Zara saw the assassination before it happened, saw Adrian's bodyguards reaching too slow, saw the bullets that would paint the white tablecloth red. Muscle memory overrode 3 years of hiding. Her serving tray caught the first shooter's wrist, redirecting his aim into the ceiling. Wine bottle to the second's temple. The third's kneecap shattered under her heel. She moved like water, like violence remembered, disarming, destroying. 20 seconds of controlled devastation that left 5 Calabrian hitmen unconscious on marble floors. Silence. Then Adrian Romano's voice, steady despite the chaos. "You're no waitress. Who sent you?" Sirens wailed outside. Zara ran, disappearing into New York's veins while Adrian called after her, already memorizing every detail of her face. Her ghost life was over. The question was whether she'd survive what came next. 4 days of paranoia. Zara packed her go-bag 3 times, changed apartments twice in her mind, watched every shadow. She knew what came next. People like her didn't stay hidden after exposure. Adrian Romano had resources. Money, connections, the kind of reach that turned cities into traps. He found her on the 5th day. She'd traced his investigation through careful monitoring. Restaurant security footage pulled within hours. Facial recognition software running her face against every database. Street cameras tracking her escape route. The Calabrian hitmen were identified quickly. Salvatore Costa's crew, attempting to ignite a war. But Zara was the real puzzle. Her takedown was textbook special operations. Her disappearance professionally executed. Adrian's people worked backwards through 3 years of ghost life until they found the seams in her identity. When he knocked, she already had a knife. 4 bodyguards flanked him in the hallway, but Adrian stood at her threshold alone, holding an expensive Barolo like a peace offering. "We need to talk about what happened at my restaurant." Her studio apartment felt smaller with him inside. Tailored suit, calm eyes, the predatory stillness of someone who knew violence intimately. She kept the knife visible. "I know you're not Zara Mitchell," he said, settling onto her threadbare couch uninvited. "That identity is 3 years old. Expertly constructed, but not perfect. Military. Intelligence." He pulled out a tablet, showed her the footage. Her own body moving through the restaurant like controlled chaos. "This is CIA-level combat. Maybe special forces. I don't work for criminals. The Calabrians saw what you can do. They're looking for you." His voice carried the weight of certainty. "When they find you, they won't be subtle. I'll disappear. Will you?" He stood, placed a card on her counter. "When you're ready to survive instead of just hide, call me." The door closed. Zara stared at the card, hating that he was right, hating that her instinct to save him had painted a target she couldn't outrun. 2 nights later, closing shift at a different restaurant in Midtown. Zara had already moved twice, changing patterns, staying unpredictable. But the surveillance was professional. 2 sedans rotating coverage, switching positions every 20 minutes. They'd found her. She led them to Brooklyn's industrial wasteland where screams didn't matter. 6 men exited when she stopped between abandoned warehouses. Their leader moved with military precision. Marco, Salvatore Costa's lieutenant. Neck tattoos, cold eyes, the relaxed confidence of someone who'd killed before. "You embarrassed us. Interfered. Now you pay." They came as a unit. Zara moved like water between them. Broken nose, shattered kneecap, dislocated elbow. She was winning until Marco engaged directly, and suddenly everything changed. Former Italian Special Forces. Finally, an equal opponent. The fight turned brutal. Technical. His strikes found vulnerabilities she'd thought protected. She dislocated his shoulder with a joint lock. He responded by driving his knee into her ribs, cracking at least 2. Her vision blurred from a temple strike. She was losing ground, tasting blood, when headlights flooded the warehouse district. 3 black SUVs. 8 men in dark suits. Adrian Romano emerged, commanding in rapid Italian that made Marco hesitate. Starting a war with the Romano family over 1 woman? Zara used the distraction. Knee to Marco's throat. Nerve strike that dropped him gasping. Adrian's men surrounded the Calabrians with professional efficiency. "Tell Salvatore," Adrian said, his voice carrying absolute authority, "that anyone who touches her touches me." Zara stood bleeding, ribs screaming. "I didn't ask for your help." No. He approached carefully, like she was a wounded animal. But you need it. Let me take you somewhere safe. She wanted to refuse. Wanted to disappear into the night like she always had. But her legs were shaking, vision tunneling, and she was so goddamn tired of running alone. Into his car. His world. His protection. The point of no return. The Tribeca penthouse surprised her. No gold fixtures or tacky displays of wealth. Just clean lines, warm light, and real Caravaggios on exposed brick walls. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. An extensive library that suggested actual reading. Evidence of a cultured man trapped in a violent legacy. Adrian tended her injuries with field medic precision. Hands gentle despite their capability for violence. 3 cracked ribs, possible concussion, deep tissue bruising. You need a hospital. No hospitals. No paper trails. You're running from more than the Calabrians. Not a question. At 3 a.m., over whiskey and pain medication, vulnerability loosened her tongue. Former CIA. Black Ops. Operations that don't officially exist. She told him about Prague, the ambush, her team slaughtered, being the sole survivor. Left out the 18 months of forced killing that followed. I learned things the agency didn't want known. So I left. Now they want me silent, the Calabrians want revenge, and I'm just trying to disappear. What if you stopped hiding? And do what? Work for me. Security consultant. Use your skills protecting my family instead of wasting them pouring drinks. He leaned forward, eyes intense. Romano protection, legitimate identity, resources to handle anyone hunting you. I'm not a bodyguard. I'm a killer. There's a difference. Then be both. Be whatever you need to be. But stop wasting what you are. Morning brought introductions. Uncle Carmine watched her with traditional suspicion, measuring her worth. Cousin Luca offered charming welcomes that felt calculated. At dinner, Adrian's grandmother studied Zara like a specimen under glass. You're bringing an outsider into family business? Carmine's voice carried generations of insularity. Adrian's response was steel wrapped in silk. She saved my life. She's proven herself. Anyone questioning my decision can leave. The table fell silent. Zara, exhausted and aching, made her choice. 1-month trial. Then I decide if I stay. Adrian's smile was slight but genuine. That's all I ask. She'd crossed the threshold. No going back now. 3 months transformed everything. Zara's assessment was brutal. Your security is theater. Performative. Not practical. She redesigned convoy protocols, building access, background checks, every vulnerability exposed and fortified. Training Romano soldiers meant facing resentment daily. Most bristled at taking orders from a black woman, an outsider who'd appeared from nowhere. She broke them down through competence, rebuilt them through results. You have 3 weak points someone could exploit, she told Adrian during her first briefing. By month 2, those weaknesses no longer existed. Late nights in his office became routine. Strategy sessions over espresso, reviewing threat assessments, planning contingencies. She learned his story in fragments. Younger brother killed in a gang war, father dying of cancer, forcing Adrian to abandon international business studies at 28 to inherit an empire he never wanted. We protect our neighborhood, he explained one night, exhaustion softening his edges. 300 families depend on Romano businesses for income, protection, survival. I can't just walk away. You're a good man trapped in a violent legacy. His smile was sad. And you're a warrior who wants peace. We're quite a pair. The attraction built in stolen moments, her hands adjusting his body armor, fingers lingering too long. Their hands touching over security plans, neither pulling away immediately. Cultural barriers loomed, his traditional family, her outsider status, the unspoken racial dynamics that made everything complicated. She caught herself watching him during meetings. He found excuses to work late when she was there. After a tense negotiation with a rival family, Adrian returned drained, vulnerable. I'm glad you stayed. Not just for security. 4. He trailed off, dark eyes searching hers. Zara stepped back, heart hammering. Don't. You're my employer. This can't happen. But the tension hung between them like electricity, impossible to ignore, growing stronger with every passing day. Professional boundaries were becoming suggestions they both wanted to break. If you are still listening and feel this story touching something inside you, take a moment to subscribe to our channel, to like and share this video so we can continue bringing heartfelt stories every day. And if it isn't too much to ask, would you tell me where you're watching from? Leave a comment below and let us know which corner of the world this story has reached. We treasure every word you share with us. The pattern emerged slowly. Calabrians knew too much. Convoy routes, meeting locations, security rotations. Someone inside was feeding information. Zara spent 2 weeks reviewing security logs, tracking communications, cross-referencing movements. The evidence pointed to one person, Luca, Adrian's beloved cousin, charming and trusted, had been passing intelligence to Salvatore Costa, promised his own territory if he helped eliminate Adrian. Showing Adrian the evidence felt like twisting a knife. I'm sorry. I know he's family. His face went stone. Set up a meeting. I'll handle this. But Luca moved first. A peace negotiation at the family restaurant in the Bronx. Zara's instincts screamed ambush. Let me sweep the location first. She found the bomb under Adrian's usual table. Remote detonator, military-grade explosive. Enough to level the building. Then Luca appeared, gun raised. You couldn't just die in Brooklyn? Had to complicate everything. The fight was brief. Cousin who grew up with Adrian versus trained operative. She disarmed him without killing, knee to his wrist, elbow to his temple. Adrian deserves to make this choice. Adrian arrived as she finished defusing the bomb. Saw his cousin zip-tied on the floor, the dismantled explosive on the table. He tried to kill us both. The confrontation cut deep. Traditional family law demanded execution for betrayal. Adrian chose exile instead, stripped Luca of his name, protection, everything. You're dead to this family. If I see you again, that mercy ends. After, alone in his office, Adrian's composure cracked. Thank you. For not killing him. For giving me the choice. The vulnerability broke something between them. He kissed her. Desperate. Grateful. Aching. 3 months of tension ignited. Zara responded before thinking, pulling him closer. Breaking apart, breathless. This is dangerous. Everything about us is dangerous. His forehead pressed to hers. Come upstairs. Be with me. Just tonight, let's not be alone. She took his hand. Tonight, they'd stop fighting what they both wanted. 1 perfect month. Professional by day, strategy meetings, security briefings, maintaining careful distance. Passionate by night, stolen hours in his penthouse, learning each other in darkness. They kept it quiet. The family wasn't ready. The world wasn't ready. But Zara learned Italian from his grandmother, earned grudging respect through patience and competence. Adrian talked long-term. What if we went legitimate? All of it. They were building something real, believing in futures neither thought they'd have. Then the package arrived. Classified files. Photos of operations Zara had tried to forget. The note made her blood freeze. The asset known as Obsidian belongs to me. Return her or I expose everything. No. Not him. Not here. Her voice cracked. Adrian took her hands. Tell me everything. The full truth spilled out. Marcus Vance, Deputy Director of Operations. After Prague, he had leverage. Work for him or my team's families died. I was his personal assassin for 18 months. Politicians, foreign agents, whistleblowers. Anyone he wanted gone. She met his eyes. I finally escaped with evidence of everything. Recordings, documentation, proof. Vance appeared 2 days later at a Romano construction site, immaculate in a dark suit. Impressive. You've built quite a life. His ultimatum was surgical. Kill Adrian Romano. Make it look like a Calabrian hit. Or I leak everything. The Romano family falls, your lover dies, and you come back to work for me. 72 hours. I have a black ops team in the city. I have to leave, Zara told Adrian that night. He'll kill you to get to me. Then we kill him first. Together. But Vance was strategic. He tipped off the Calabrians. The woman who humiliated you is sleeping with Romano. Salvatore Costa saw opportunity. The FBI investigation intensified under Agent Chen's scrutiny. War on 3 fronts. Vance is trained like me, Zara warned. His team is elite. This isn't street soldiers. Adrian's smile was cold. Then we make them come to us. Set a trap. The setup was elegant. Zara agreed to meet Vance at a Red Hook warehouse, claiming she'd killed Adrian. Actually, Romano soldiers positioned throughout the building. FBI tipped anonymously with partial evidence. But Calabrian intelligence picked up the location. Salvatore Costa planning his own ambush. Triple cross. 3 armies converging on one location. The night before, Adrian and Zara prepared in silence. Weapons, body armor, communication systems laid out like surgical instruments. If this goes wrong. It won't. He pulled her close. Whatever happens, we face it together. I love you, she whispered. I didn't think I could love anyone after what I've done. But you made me want to be more than a weapon. You are more. You're everything. And we're going to survive this. The warehouse appeared empty when Zara arrived. Then Vance emerged with 6 Black Ops soldiers. Where's Romano's body? Change of plans. I'm done killing for you. His cold smile. Then you'll die here. Before they could engage, Calabrian soldiers burst through the east entrance, 25 men with automatic weapons. Then Romano forces activated from hidden positions. Massive 3-way firefight. Suppressed weapons, tactical movements, smoke grenades turning the warehouse into chaos. Zara fought through the maze toward Vance. Close quarters combat, bodies falling, screams echoing. Adrian led his men against the Calabrians while federal agents surrounded the building outside. She found Vance in the warehouse office. You made me into a monster. I made you effective. You were already willing. The fight was brutal. Former handler versus former asset, equally matched because he taught her everything. Knife work, hand-to-hand, psychological warfare. She got the upper hand, gun to his head, Finger on trigger. Adrian burst in. Zara, don't. Don't become what he wants you to be. The internal war lasted seconds. Then, you're right. I'm done killing for revenge. She turned Vance over to Agent Chen with all the evidence. He's yours. Vance dragged away screaming. Salvatore Costa dead. Romano casualties heavy but family intact. No, Zara said. I'm finally free. 6 months post-warehouse, Adrian negotiated with federal prosecutors. His deal: cooperate on the Vance case, transition Romano operations to legitimate businesses over 3 years. Zara's testimony brought down an entire illegal CIA operation. Vance sentenced to life. Her record sealed, officially cleared. At his grandmother's 80th birthday, Adrian made it official. Zara and I are together. Anyone with a problem can leave. Uncle Carmine nodded slowly. She's proven herself. Earned her place. Nonna assessed Zara in rapid Italian. She's strong. She'll give us strong children. Zara blushed, understanding more now. Nonna, we're not. But acceptance came, gradual and earned. 1 year after the warehouse, Sunset painted his penthouse terrace gold. Adrian pulled out a ring, his grandmother's heirloom. I want to build something with you. A real life. Marry me. Be defined by who we choose to be, not what we've done. Yes. God, yes. The wedding blended cultures, Italian Catholic ceremony, personal vows acknowledging their scars. Her estranged sister attended. Reception featured Italian cuisine and soul food, celebrating both worlds. Their first dance, At Last, by Etta James. 3 years later, Romano Security Consulting opened, legitimate firm, corporate clients. Zara as COO, training protective details. Adrian developing affordable housing. The Romano Foundation funded youth programs. At the community center opening, Adrian spoke. My father built an empire on fear. I want to build one on hope. 5 years brought their daughter Sophia. Dark curls, fierce spirit. In their Brooklyn Heights brownstone, Sophia asked about Zara's scars. Mommy was a soldier. I protected people, but sometimes got hurt doing it. Like superheroes. Something like that. 10 years after that night, they were honored at Bella Notte, now a foundation property employing at-risk youth. How did you meet? Adrian smiled. She saved my life in this restaurant. And he saved mine right back. Walking home through Little Italy, Sophia between them, they passed the spot where everything changed. I never properly thanked you for that night. Yes, you did. Every single day since. She'd saved his life in 20 seconds. But over 10 years, he'd saved hers in 1,000 small moments. A love that transformed, a family that healed, a future proving broken people can create beautiful things when they stop running and start choosing each other. But the truth lingering beneath everything is this. When life finally offers us a chance to rebuild what was once broken, do we take it? Or do we run because healing feels heavier than pain? Zara and Adrian's story in this chapter isn't just about freedom. It is a question of worthiness. Who are we when the world stops chasing us? Who do we become when love asks us to lay down our armor? And perhaps the hardest question of all, do we believe we deserve a future brighter than our past? And what about you? After walking through their journey, have you ever found yourself standing in front of a door that terrified you? Simply because stepping through meant becoming a version of yourself you weren't sure you were ready for? Have you faced a moment where choosing peace felt scarier than choosing war? Tell us. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We truly want to hear the part of their story that reached into your own life. Every story mirrors someone's truth. And your voice, your feelings, your reflections might be the reminder another person needs today. If this video stirred something in you, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe so you never miss the powerful stories we bring you daily. Thank you for staying to the very end of this video. May your days be gentle, your nights peaceful, and your choices guided by courage. Goodbye, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.